One of the worst things that can happen in a real estate transaction is miscommunication and lack of information. And today I'm gonna give you an example that illustrates exactly what I'm talking about. If you're in your 50s and looking to retire, you've probably been in this situation in the past with your previous home. And today, what we're gonna cover is gonna tell you exactly what you should do if you're looking to buy a property in one of those 55 plus communities or anywhere, really. The example we're bringing today is Del Webb at Minneola. And in my opinion, this is one of the greatest 55 plus communities in Central Florida. However, it's not for everybody, right? It has its own limitations, it has its own characteristics, and of course, costs. And just to give you a little more context, Del Webb at Minneola sits right on North Hancock Road, and that road is becoming marvelous. They're expanding it all the way up to Tavares. And if you don't know, Minneola is located in South Lake County, right next to Claremont, Montverde, and only 35 minutes away from the Disney parks. The neighborhood has a great clubhouse, great community, lots of great people and high energy. So I am sure on paper, this is a place that you can fall in love into super quickly. However, if you don't have someone in your corner to let you know exactly everything you should know before making a decision, it can cost you your peace, it can cost you a lot of money, and it can cost you many years of your life. And in some cases, people that are retiring, they cannot do that anymore because they have to still work to pay their bills on those type of communities. Okay, so let's do this, let's dive in, and at the end of this video you will know exactly what you should know before making a decision like that. Let's go. Let's start here with the number one reason that can make or break a deal. Money, right? Costs. So Del Webb at Minneola has two different type of costs that it's super easy to overlook. We're talking HOA fees, and we're also talking CDD fees. And if you don't know what CDD is, it's another line in your tax bill that is exactly for community development. So that's going to be attached to your home for at least 20 or 30 years. And HOA, you probably get that number easily, right? But what you don't get is how much the HOA numbers are going to grow over the years. Now, talking specifically about Del Webb at Minneola, HOA fees are going to be between $370 and $395 a month. However, they have a few rules attached to this initial price of HOA. You have to consume at least around $800 a year in their clubhouse, no matter if it's with food or drinks or anything they offer, right? And also, whenever you are ready to buy a house, you have to pay an initial contribution, and they call it capital contribution, that is $3,000. So you have to add that cost to your closing costs, okay? And the good part is they have great amenities. They have a huge pool, they have a lap pool, they have 8 pickleball courts, 2 tennis courts, a gym, so you're not going to be overpaying for the amenities at all. Trust me, they are great. And your CDD fees on top of your annual property taxes, you're going to be paying between $1,600 to $2,100,000 a year. And that is going to depend on the model and on the size of your lot. Now, what I'm going to show you is the value of Del Webb, right? So maybe you can get a lot of value, maybe not. It's going to entirely depend on your lifestyle, on your situation, and how much money you're able to spend on a 55 plus community like this. So just to give you an example, let's go to my website. We're here, so let's go check the Webb in Minneola. All right, I'm gonna open up this one as an example, but they have a lot of homes, and homes there start at the high 300s and it goes all the way up to $1 million. Okay, this example exclusively, we're talking 829,000, and it's just for you to see what you get with that community money that you're going to spend. Okay, so let's take a look at these pictures here. All right, so it's a one-story house, and most of their homes are going to be one story for obvious reasons, right? People are trying to downsize. Open floor concept. Vinyl in the living room and probably in the entire house like this. A lot of cabinets, which is good. You got a lot of space for storage. Gourmet kitchen, which is also nice to have. Look, beautiful dining room. You can convert a room into an office or a gym for yourself. However, there's a big and super nice gym in the community. This is just in case you don't want to go there, in case your lot is very far, or for, I don't know, maybe your own specific reasons, right? Decent size master bathroom, walk-in shower, spacious vanity, right? Decent closet, nice laundry room. Sometimes, depending on the deal, you get washer and dryer, and sometimes you don't. But I really like the cabinets in the laundry room. It's not always that it comes with the house. So that's definitely a plus. Look at that. Decent space in the TV room. And remember, this is a 2,800 square feet home. So there's a lot of space in here, right? You got a summer kitchen outside, which is amazing if you want to receive guests, if you want to throw a barbecue party or a game night, right? That's awesome. Look at this. They even put some water outside, so it's easy for you to wash your hands, wash the food or something. Interesting, right? I really like it. Spacious, covered lanai space as well, which is super plus in my opinion. And now we're talking amenities, right? So this is a yoga room at the amenity center. They have a pool table. You can drink coffee here, you can read, you can meditate, whatever. Look, it's super nice, bright, right? Which is one of the biggest things for me. The place needs to be bright. It's beautiful, right? Place for you to eat or have breakfast or work if you don't want to stay at home. This is the gym I was talking about. It's very spacious. You got a lot of light coming in. You got a lot of equipment. You got treadmills. You got bikes, stairs. Look at this. 2 tennis courts, 8 pickleball courts. This is the bar and restaurant they have that you have to spend that amount of money I told you, around $800 a year. And look at this. This is a huge pool, okay? And there's a lap pool there as well. So if you have an active lifestyle, I would say this is it. You get a lot of value with that HOA money, right? They also have a hot tub here, another hot tub there. Incredible, right? Super beautiful, neat. In my opinion, this is going to become even more lushy when the landscaping is more mature. So, oh yeah, definitely a yes for me. A little space here for you to throw some sandbags, you see? More pictures here for you. They have their own garden. They also have a lot of activities, cooking classes, group bike rides, painting classes, golf tours, craft, wine days or nights. They do a lot of toy drives during Christmas too. You can ride your own golf cart in the community. This is great, right? So yeah, there's a lot of value with that HOA fee that you can get in case you decide to move to Del Webb at Minneola, right? However, there's two things that I want you to watch out. First, Del Webb at Minneola is not fully ready yet, so you're going to be dealing with a lot of dirt during probably 1 or 2 years until they complete their phases. They're now at phase 3, and they have phase 3, 4, and 5. So probably if you don't mind, this can still be a good place for you. But if you don't want to see that dirt, if you want to get your car dirty every week, this may be something that you either have to wait or look for something that is already ready. For example, Cascades that is ready in Mineola, or Esplanade at Highland Ranch as well. So you have your options, right? Now, the second thing you should watch out is that HOA is not that expensive, right? We're just talking $400 for that amount of value that you can get. And remember, they also take care of the lawn, they take care of all the amenities. You don't have to be dealing with your own backyard, hiring landscaping for that or anything. They take care of everything. But the problem is, this is just the initial number. And when it comes to new communities, HOA fees, they grow over time. So for you to have an example, what you should do in case you're looking for a new construction community, get that number and go find another community that is ready and check out their number after 5 or 10 years of existence. You're going to see that HOA is way higher than what you're going to be initially paying. So you have to take that into consideration as well, because that can stretch your budget and you may be ending up paying more than you can afford. So be aware of that. All right. And the one thing that you have to reflect on before you make that final decision is the emotional piece, right? When I'm talking to clients that are looking to downsize or retire, or they're looking to go into a community that is 55 plus with all those great things they can offer, is that they are still attached to the emotional piece of their old house. So you got to ask yourself, are you ready to make that decision? Are you ready to let go all those marks on the wall with your child growing, the memories, and all that stuff? For some people, that is extremely hard, but for other people, it's okay. So, in case you were one of those people, every time you go into a community that you're planning to move to your next chapter to your life, you're always going to be comparing what your old home got you versus what your new home is going to get you. You're always going to see some flaws, some things that you're not going to have, some things that you're not going to get, and maybe distance or whatever that may be. So you're always going to be creating something in your mind that is going to be objections, right? Be aware of that and make sure you only go find a new home when you are emotionally ready. And if you're at a stage of your life now that you're looking for homes 55 plus or you're looking to downsize, make sure you have someone in your corner. And if you want me to help you, I will be more than happy to have a 30-minute conversation with you to understand your lifestyle, your budget, your needs, and ensure you love where you live in your next chapter in life. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Pedro with eXp Realty, and I'll see you next time.